11:11 with Jenna. 11:11 with Jenna. 11:11 with Jenna. And I'm in the edge. Oh, yeah. Yes, I am in the edge. Oh, yeah. I was hoping that you'd see some legs. There were a bunch of legs here earlier. Where are they right now? Oh, they're down there. They're working away. There it is. There's Manhattan over there. And it's my friend. Hello there. What's up? I'm in my friend's beautiful home. Hey, William D. And we are about to have a fun interview. I'm so excited. But I thought I would just give you a quick blast. I do have the coolest friends, including... Oh my goodness. Who's this? What's your name, sir?
Douglas Korves.
Douglas Korves. What's going on, Douglas Korves?
And lining up other work. And you may remember me. She had me on, 2 months ago. I'm one of her favorite architects.
You're my favorite architect.
And she thought it would be interesting just to sit and chat.
Sit and chat. What is this?
Well, that is my daughter's dollhouse. And being an architect, you just can't have any dollhouse. So this is a 50s contemporary dollhouse. And, I scavenged different things around the house for it, like little Indian incense pots, which we use as little tables. And I found this at the Gone Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh, that's great.
It's a sponge holder, but it's a little bed.
It's a bed.
So it goes in the house. And I guess
David Jewell says, "What's up, Dougie bro?"
Hello, David. Give me a squeeze. So, anyway, this house was made by an architect looking to make some extra money, and I saw it online and bought it. And now it sits here, and every child that comes, all the grands that come in, and any other children play with it.
Must you be a child to enjoy this?
No, not at all. It's a little messy. I have to get the cleaning going now. But it's got some really interesting things in it, like the kitchen, complete with stainless steel.
Super modern.
Little tiny ice cubes.
My dad used to he built the dollhouse. I still have it for my niece. Oh, and the little champagne.
Yeah, I use that as an end table. But it's a little torn apart right now. I wasn't expecting Jenna to come in and ask.
You weren't expecting guests.
Complete tour.
In the dollhouse. The dollhouse was not.
This one shows another bedroom.
Oh, yeah. Look at
I
that.
think it was a California architect that came up with it.
I'm thinking. This looks like the party room back here. I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Let's see. Yeah. There's something going on back here. And then up here, there's a bathroom. Oh, the sink is...
Even has a porcelain pot.
I think there was an earthquake. So the sink was down for the count. Good morning, everybody. It's really cute. Yeah. I had a cool dollhouse. But this house is a cool house. How long have you lived here? I know you say 3 years.
It's been 3 years.
No, it has not. It's been longer than 3 years.
Well, we moved from down the road, so we moved a lot of the houses.
They moved from
right down there.
Right here.
Out there is the Hudson River and the George Washington Bridge.
And if you go over here out this window, that tree has grown. We're going to follow Doug.
Okay. This is a 42-year-old house that has never, and this, we don't own it. It's never had anything done for 42 years. So now...
42 years, Nothing's been done to this fabulous
No, it
house
hasn't been painted.
until the weekend that I am a guest.
These are some of our workers who are re-siding the house.
They're re-siding.
They're re-roofing it, putting new glass railings. And it's a slow, tedious project. We're getting to know them well.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Yeah.
And that's Manhattan over there.
If you look down through there, you'll see the skyline of Manhattan. Much more visible before the trees came in.
Yes.
And this is this way.
This is an old friend of mine.
This is Oscar.
Oh,
He was at one time a live eagle. We did not do anything to him. We are babysitting him for a friend that owned him. But that's Oscar.
Oscar. And whose are these lovely photos right
Those
here?
are David Jewell.
David Jewell.
Those are flowers.
Lovely. Lovely David Jewell.
That's his most intimate series.
Uh-huh. Isn't it just beautiful? We love it here.
We like to say we collect artists. We don't collect art, we collect artists.
And you support us in the most wonderful ways.
And every piece here is by a friend or an artist that we know. For instance, if I don't drop this, this is a Barry Zawacki piece of pottery. He's a very famous, very accomplished potter, painter. And
Careful, Doug.
he makes totem poles.
He's so cool.
And he intertwines his totem poles with car parts, gear shafts, brake drums, and stacks them up. And we have 5 of those. Now, we have some photos by Jenna and my friend Kendall Nussick.
Kendall's photos.
He's a photographer, he's a writer, he's a installation artist.
He's a Renaissance man, artist being. This I love. This, can you?
Now this was
I love this.
judge's. In fact, it was Judge Bernie Brown, his bookshelf that was beside his old desk, that he had all his laws and codes in.
So much more fun this way, though.
Well, I have the things I believe in: good scotches, good gins. Beside it, it makes a great bar.
It really makes a fantastic bar.
Another Kendall Nussick.
Another Kendall
And
in
that
Permanence
work of art
Collection.
is a mirror that I stepped on a brook. Put back together.
Oh, it literally, it broke and you put it back together.
It used to sit on. It used to sit on this frame here. Look here. You'll see the outline of the old mirror.
Uh-huh.
So we just put the frame up, put a piece of art by another friend inside, and match that little red frame on the mirror.
Do you choose the art or do the artists give you the art?
Oh, well, in the case of Barry Zawacki with the potter and the totems, he chose us, I think, because I just love the guy, and he does so many different things. Like, this is a foam sculpture that he chiseled and burnt and painted and put in a frame.
Oh, that's cool. Now,
The-
see, I would not have thought that's...
Yeah, this is the mantle mirror from
Hey.
my late wife's grandmother's house.
What is this?
It's Lego. It's London.
It's Lego? London Legos? Did you make it?
I put it together, and with the help of an 8-year-old, I put it together. I couldn't have done it without him.
Right. We're going to keep... And this is just the one floor.
Here's another.
This is a berry.
Another Barry's Away.
We love this.
But on the, on the left is a
These.
sculptured tarot card.
It's actually the tarot walk.
Tarot card
Wow.
series by a famous, she's an author. She's a, I'll call her a medium for lack of a better word.
And that's where they are putting in a skylight.
By Betty Ray.
Betty Ray, Betty Ray, Betty Ray.
And we couldn't get them all in one row, so we put the Emperor and the Empress side by side.
Fabulous.
We have a very good friend, as and
Yeah.
Jenna knows him.
We were.
Give me his name. Artesh?
Attar.
Attar. Yeah, and he does these, he actually squeezes the paint.
Yo, Londa, what's up? Yeah, he squeezes. This is all, look at this.
And he does these almost Afghanistani patterns and things. That's by Lois's niece. That's a painting of little tiny lines in a circle, concentric circles like a plate, in what used to be a drafting tool used to be called a rapidograph, an inking pen. And
well, if you're enjoying the show, please share the show. Tell your friends about the show. Support the show. Jenna, let's see, I have a Venmo page, a Patreon page, a PayPal page, and I have Zelle. And this is quite a collection. You understand, the people that have been to my home, you understand why I love this so much. I mean, my home doesn't look like this, but it is I collect my friends' art. Yeah, it is. Good morning. Yo, 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 yo. And there they go. Isn't that cool? Look, 4 floors. We need to go up to the roof, Doug.
we do?
I think so.
You want me to lead or you want to?
I'll let you lead.
All right.
We're going up to the roof. The roof.
Keeps us young. 14 steps per floor.
Yes, please share the show. Like the show. Love the show. Care for the show. Laugh. You know those little people right there? Just press a button or two.
Barry Zawacki painting with real ferns.
Oh, Barry. What a cool party that was.
Yes, that was a good party.
What a great party. How many artists were at that party?
17.
17 artists.
Yeah, we did acquire a lot of them at that party.
And then we had music all night long.
Raul Valerio.
Raul.
Recently died. Tremendous painter. Was born on Hemingway's vineyard, the estate in Cuba. His father was the major duomo of the estate. And he did a series on Papa and Hemingway. And this is The Old Man in the Sea, Catching the Marlin. He also did a series of Old Man in the Sea in different shapes and forms. That's there.
Wow.
Now we're entering the construction site.
Construction site. Okay.
Be advised.
All right.
As we go up, when this was metered, before we had to empty the roof, this was our light gathering mirrored, get the sun down to the lower floor space.
Whoa, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Spent some good evenings up here. Yes, please share the show. Tell your friends. Come be my guest.
It is a mess.
It's a mess, but it's okay.
Step over here.
Isn't it super cool? There it is. Thank you, William D. William D. shares and shares alike.
My village. This is why we...
There she is. Yeah, it's spectacular. They're doing it. You know, it's kind of loud. It'll be quieter tomorrow. Or tonight. Don't know where I'll be tonight. I have a feeling right here, right now. What up, Doug? You match.
not see it.
Thank you, Catherine.
Leaves are not here for spring. You get a nice view of the George Washington Bridge. We're looking north up.
George Washington, George Washington. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Hey, George, what up? G-Dub. And so you can imagine when this is...
6 weeks ago, it was beautiful.
Right. Yeah, and it was 80 degrees, right? 80 degrees, and you had the party going on. And now there's another kind of party. There's a party going on right here. Yeah, after the 4th. Well, after you get back from Spain. They're going to Spain. So I got here this morning. I flew on the red eye from San Francisco to Newark, and they picked me up at the airport this morning. And then we went, where did we go for breakfast?
To our local Greek diner, Riverview.
Riverview. We walked in. I said, are they open? And Lois goes, she says, I can't switch it around. Oh, wait a second. I said, Lois, are they open? And she said, yes, but if they weren't, they'd open for us anyway. And I walk in, they're like, Dog, Lois, what up, girl? Hey, what's up? Yep, there they are.
There's the top of the...
It's the very top. And now we're rolling back down. Rolling, rolling, rolling. I have one of those. Rolling, rolling, rolling. And that's their room. And that's my room. And we're going to go all the way. Doug, can you tell people, besides an architect, what you're doing these days?
Well, I'm a funny breed of an architect. I rebelled against the computer in programs, and I always thought architecture should have a level of art in it, hand-drawn art. And
have a seat.
So having never learned really how to draw on a computer, I drew as long as I could by hand. But having 50 years of experience now, I am now what's called an expert witness or a forensic architect. And I am retained for my weight here and my knowledge of codes, laws, licensing standards, and the standard of practice. So I now advise attorneys. I provide litigation support on legal actions that involve design, construction, zoning, real estate, and matters of the built environment, if you will.
So you're contacted mostly by attorneys?
By attorneys or expert witness referral groups.
And did you choose the expert title part? Did somebody else?
Well, it's a term of practice, expert witness.
Expert witness.
So
okay.
when you see a trial and they bring in a doctor as an expert witness, saying, did that surgeon nick the artery in the middle of heart surgery? I look for the mistakes or support the people that are being sued.
You go to the actual property.
I go to the property. I read the case files, I read the same case file the lawyers read, voluminous, and I can work either side of what I call the V. Kramer versus Kramer. I can work for either Kramer.
Do they want you to, do both sides ever contact you?
No, you can't do that.
No, I know, but has that ever happened?
Oh, I've done about 55 cases. And they're probably evenly split between plaintiffs, who are the people charging the mistakes, and the defendants, the people that are trying not to be damaged by the claims. So without attribution, I have a case where a piece of a building in Manhattan fell off and killed a person.
A piece of a building?
Yes.
How large of a piece of a building?
I don't know. I haven't weighed the piece, but it was probably the weight of a small car. And
awful.
Providing litigation support to the state. because people are required to maintain buildings, and when they don't, they're negligent. I have another case where an architect was being sued for $11 million. And ironically, it was on a project in a site that one of the last projects that I worked on. It was sold to another developer. So I knew all about the site.
Wow.
And I also have a real estate license, which I list on my CV. And when I gave my opinion that the people suing the defendant changed the program, changed the size of the apartments, changed the apartment count, and changed the whole pro forma of the project. And after the strenuous objections, that they said you have no knowledge or basis to be opine on real estate matters, I said, au contraire, you didn't read my resume. I've been a licensed real estate professional for 20 years.
And you were part of this building?
Yeah, I never told them that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I knew it inside out. And an hour and a half after I testified, they settled for $85,000 in legal fees. That's called a major win. And but I've also gotten a bloody nose sometimes in court, where you have a case where you have to defend somebody that simply didn't do their job. You can only tell the truth and give honest opinions. But, that's why I've never been asked to be on Fox Network.
And you work out of your home?
I work out of my home.
You get to work out of this
I have an office
downstairs. Another 14 steps down.
And it's refreshing because you have to stay up to date. I've been licensed since 1974, and you have to keep taking continuing education courses and continuing education courses for your real estate license too. Mm-hmm. So that's what I do when I'm not looking at the wonderful Jenna Mammina or listening to her beautiful voice.
I know, but you're not going to be at my gigs this weekend.
I'm sorry, honey.
Playing in New York City,
it
and he's not sick. He just has that lingering cough that just doesn't want to go away.
And her gig is in a vegan restaurant, but I'm not going to hold that against her.
It's going to be fun. They're good people.
Yeah,
They're so good people. What did you have for breakfast?
Well, I went to a Greek diner.
Exactly.
I had a wonderful barge full of corned beef hash, and poached eggs, and home fries.
Yeah, the poached eggs were good. Everything was good. Yeah. And, do you know your 5 favorite buildings in Manhattan?
My 5 favorite in Manhattan are, in no particular order, but this is the order that the one I would save among all of the others would be the Chrysler Building.
Number 1.
The Empire State Building. The Ford Foundation Building on 42nd, between 1st and 2nd. Let me think, because now we get into the realm of newer buildings. I would save the Seagram Building. And that's a building by Mies van der Rohe and Philip Johnson. But it was done in 1953. It was just spectacular then. I also love the Lever House, which is diagonally across the street from it. It's a green glass pocket skyscraper, if you will. And I do like the Museum of Natural History, Rose Auditorium and Space Center. And there were a couple of new buildings going up that I think are interesting because many of the new buildings I think are horrific.
Horrific.
I do like One Vanderbilt Plaza by Grand Central, but I do think that the sliver buildings on 57th Street are just. I'm not going to bash the buildings. What you have to understand is that most large cities are captured by developers. We should go to the back of the house. It might be quieter.
All right, let's go to the back of the house. This is, if you guys remember when my roof was being done, except the guys were dancing on my roof. Literally. This is the kitchen. I love this kitchen.
Oh, you really want to show the kitchen?
Yeah, I love the kitchen.
Okay, here's the refrigerator.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah, we always look at, let's see what's in the fridge. What's in the fridge? Come on.
It's just your typical New York.
No, it's
kitchen.
not.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I do make my own pickles.
He makes his own pickles.
Yeah. Almost every other day. I'll give you the secret. Buy a bottle of pepperoncinis, slice up cucumbers and stick them in for 3 days, and they turn into the spiciest, most wonderful pickles. You don't have to do anything else to them.
I've done it with jars of old pickles, but I like that. That's good. That's good.
Most large cities in the United States are captured by the real estate developers. Chicago, Philadelphia, even now Washington, D.C., but particularly New York. And 8 years ago, they gave a gift to the developers of New York that they could tear down any 60 skyscraper that was built and they could double the size of it. Now that takes probably 8 to 10 years to accomplish. So what they did was they gave them 2 buildings for 1. And that's how they pay them for taking a building off market. And then along came COVID. I know Jenna would see that much better. And we have, I told you 8 to 10 years. So now all these buildings are being delivered vacant with no occupants or tenants. And as they have in Philadelphia and Washington,
San Francisco,
probably LA and Austin and Chicago. And the debate begins, well, let's bail the developers out again and we'll let them put residential in these buildings because we have a housing shortage. But nobody can afford that housing. You can't call it affordable housing. If you can pay for it, you can afford it.
right?
But the buildings that actually make the best residential conversions are the older buildings. They have smaller floor plates. The interior of the buildings are closer to the exterior windows so that they make room sizes. And the real estate community is trying to ignore that while they race to do all these Class A high rent commercial buildings at the cost of all the Class B buildings and the Class C buildings, it's the B buildings and the C buildings where people should and want to live. It's been displayed by the artists that live in lofts.
Yep.
It's displayed in all of the cities of America that are doing their factory artist areas. So it's the continuing confrontation of capitalism, money, return on investment against
Shaking my head.
we who work and entertain.
Shaking my head.
But
that's quite a collection right there. Look at all those beautiful colors.
one must have wine with them,
Always.
Yes, I mean, I don't know if it was Hemingway who said it, but one must have wine.
And look at that. I know those people.
That was drawn by Lois's niece. That's Gordon Brinker, who
Gordon.
was known as the projectionist. He was born when silent films began, and he died being a projectionist in a town in Middleton, Delaware.
This is one of
He was
Kendall's.
a projectionist all his life. Never studied it, but he volunteered for the Army in World War II and volunteered to be a projectionist and learned what a projector was. And he spent the rest of his life after the war being a projectionist at the Majestic Theater in Wilmington, Delaware.
And he had a theater in his basement.
That's right. And Kendall Messick did his story, the person who, his next project is Liz Swan.
She's
He calls it the Swan Song.
Swan song.
Yeah. And she's over there in the black and white photo at the end as well, at a playground in Greenwich Village. And,
Kendall always gets us out in the cold
and then we have
in very little clothing.
more were tar paintings and Barry Zawacki's butt.
Well, that's Barry's butt. Is that a self?
I know, he said that was, he drew that in class in art school, but that's Barry's butt.
It is his butt.
We hung that in our second bathroom.
This is a tar.
And we hung
And
Gordon in the
there's
other bathroom.
Elaine. Elaine gets to wear a lot more clothing than I have on when I'm
Well,
outside.
Now, Elaine Swan, and you may remember, go to her telephoto right there. It isn't her claim to fame. Her fame is that she was a print model and print artist for cleaning and Palmolive and all those types of things, you know, Mr. Clean your whole house. But her most visible role was she played the maid and housekeeper in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Yeah.
So if you want to see her with Sidney Poitier and Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy in the kitchen, it's great.
And there he goes.
No, you're going to have to live without me today.
Will you come back?
Oh, of course.
If I stay here for a couple more days, can I interview you again? I know you're going out of town.
I'm back on Monday.
Look there they are.
There they are.
There they are. You're back on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perhaps Tuesday.
We'll see you Monday, Tuesday. I leave Wednesday. So.
I guess we'll have to take you. Maybe we'll leave around 11 or 11:11 and take you to the airport.
What? They are so cool. Lois is still sleeping. Or maybe she's not sleeping. Probably not sleeping.
No, they're banging on her.
Yeah, they're not. They're banging right on her head. Sure, their room is right up there. But they were up this morning with me. They picked. Wait, what time did you wake up?
We got up at 4, had a cup of coffee, left for the airport because you were getting in at 5:56.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did.
You did. You landed just before you were supposed to.
We landed.
And like all of New York, you waited for a parking place.
They literally towed us in, and it took an hour plus to be towed.
Captain probably turned the engine off and the no key light went on. So they had to tow her in.
They towed us in. I don't know what he did. But one more time. 11:11 with Jenna and Douglas. Love heart, everybody. See ya.